Good morning, children. Welcome to class 7. So today in science we are going to start lesson number 1, nutrition in plants. So please open your PDF file or textbook or whatever stuff you are having on page number 1, nutrition in plants. Ready everybody? Okay. So nutrition in plants. Now first of all, it is very important for us to know what is the meaning of nutrition. Nutrition means the energy. Now we have studied about components of the food in 6th standard like vitamins, fats, carbohydrates, proteins. All these are components of the food. And these components, they provide us with energy. We get these components from the food that we eat. And these components are very important for us or for our body because of these components we are getting energy to do the work, right? So these components are called the nutrients. These nutrients, they are present in the food and they help us for the proper growth, for development and for the energy of our body, right? Now page number 1. In class 6 you have learned that food is essential for all the living organisms, and you have learned that carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals are the components of food which provide us the energy. So these are called nutrients. So what are nutrients? They are the components of the food which are necessary for the growth and development of our body. All the living organisms require food. Yes, everybody. Is there any living organism which can stay without food? No, it has to have the food for its proper growth and development. Plants can make their food themselves, but animals, including the humans, cannot. Yes, plants can make their food themselves. By which process? Can you remember? Yes, by photosynthesis. Plants can prepare their own food by the process of photosynthesis. But animals and human beings cannot prepare their own food. They get it from the plants or animals that eat plants. Thus, humans and animals are directly or indirectly dependent on the plants. Now, one question may arise in your mind that why human beings cannot prepare? My mother is cooking food. She doesn't take help of anybody. We can prepare our own food. Yes. You are right in your way that we can prepare our own food, but whatever we are preparing, the vegetable curry that we are preparing, the chapati that we are preparing, the ingredients that we are getting, from where do we get? Suppose if I say that today I want to make a potato curry, so I am making the potato curry in my kitchen, but the main thing is from where am I getting this potato? Or if I am preparing the curry or if I am preparing the dal, from where am I getting these lentils? If I am preparing the chapati, from where am I getting the wheat? That has to blink in our mind that we can prepare, but it's in our kitchen. But naturally, from where are we getting all these things? Right? So we are getting these things directly or indirectly from the plants or animals. I am preparing tea at home by myself. But for making tea, what do I need? I need sugar. I get it from sugar cane. It is a plant. I need milk. Fine. I need milk which I am getting from cow or buffalo. It is an animal. I put tea powder inside it which I am getting from the plant. Right? So I prepare by myself in my kitchen. But from where I am getting in the kitchen? From plants or animals. Did you get my point? Okay. Now, mode of nutrition in plants. Okay? Mode of nutrition in plants means how do plants get the nutrition? Let us study about how do plants get its nutrition, because plants also grow, right? So plants also need the food and the nutrition to grow. So how do the plant get the nutrition? So let us study mode of nutrition in plants. Okay. Plants are the only organisms that can prepare the food by themselves using water, carbon dioxide and minerals. The raw materials are present in the surroundings. The nutrients enable living organisms to build their bodies, to grow, to repair damaged parts of the bodies, and to provide energy to carry out the life processes. Why these nutrients are necessary? These nutrients are necessary for proper growth and development of the body, to damage the to repair the damaged cells, etc. Nutrition is the mode of taking food by an organism and its utilization by the body. The mode of nutrition in which organisms make the food themselves from simple substances are called autotrophs. Nutrition by itself. What are autotrophs? Autotrophs means those organisms which obtain the nutrition by themselves are called autotrophs, like plants. Plants are autotrophic. Why? Because they prepare their own food and obtain the nutrition by themselves, right? Auto means self and trophos means nourishment. Okay. Therefore, plants are autotrophs. Plants, they are called autotrophs. Fine. Animals and most other organisms take in ready-made food materials prepared by the plants. So they are called heterotrophs. Heterotrophs means they depend on others. Depend on others for their food. They depend on others for their food. Who are the heterotrophs? The human beings and animals. Human beings and animals. They are called heterotrophs because they depend on plants for their food. Okay? Understood? Fine. So now we ask where the food factories of plants are located. Whether food is made in all the parts of the plant or only in certain plant. How do plants obtain the raw material and how do they transport them to the food factories of the plant, right? Now we know that plants are autotrophs and animals and humans are heterotrophs. Means plants prepare their own food. Okay, now let us take that in our house, when our mother prepares the food, where does she prepare? Anywhere she wants. Today she will prepare in bedroom, tomorrow she will prepare in the dining hall. Is it that? No. Where does she prepare the food? Yes, in the kitchen. So as in a house, food is prepared in the kitchen. Similarly, in the plants, there is some part where the food is prepared. The plant does not prepare the food in all its parts. It's only in one part that the food is prepared. So we are going to see that in which part of the plant the food will be prepared. Understood? Okay. Now you can see photosynthesis. Food making process in the plant. Now everybody is aware. Everybody is aware of the term photosynthesis. What is the meaning of photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is the process through which plants in presence of sunlight, air, water and carbon dioxide prepares their own food. This is the process of photosynthesis. Okay, now as I told you that in which part of the plant the food is prepared? Which is prepared in the leaves. So leaves are called the food factories. Leaves are called the food factories of the plant. You know what a factory? Factory means where the production is taking place. So why it is called food factories? Because the production of food takes place in the leaves. Okay? Leaves are the food factories of the plant. The synthesis of food in the plant occurs in the leaves. Synthesis means making. The making of the food takes place in the leaves. Therefore, all the raw materials must reach there. Fine. If I want to prepare my food in the kitchen, I have to gather all the things in the kitchen or in the storeroom which is just next to the kitchen. I cannot keep it somewhere outside and when I have to cook, I'll go outside and then again come inside. It is not possible. So similarly, if the food is to be prepared in the leaves, what is happening? All the raw materials has to be near the leaves. Water and minerals present in the soil are absorbed by the root and transported to the leaves. Carbon dioxide from the air is taken through the tiny pores present on the surface of the leaves. Fine. So what is happening? Suppose this is the ground, this is the stem, and here we have the different leaves. Okay. So all the raw materials for the process of photosynthesis have to reach the leaves. So what happens is that all the raw materials, means the water and minerals, it is absorbed by the roots. Okay, it is absorbed by the roots and then it is sent to the leaves. Sunlight, right? The sunlight also is absorbed by the leaves. Fine. Okay. Carbon dioxide from the air is taken by the leaves. The pores are surrounded by guard cells and such pores are called the stomata. What is the meaning of stomata? Stomata are the small openings or spores on the surface of the leaves. Small pores on the surface of the leaves. Sometimes early in the morning when you observe a plant, you must have observed that on the leaves there are small drops of water. Have anybody observed that? Yes, if you have not observed, you can observe. Early in the morning when the leaf is undisturbed and if you observe it, there will be small droplets of water on the surface of leaves. Right? That is the extra water in the leaf that is coming out from the small pores which are present on the leaves. They are called stomata. Right? Even in our skin, there are small pores which we cannot see. Sometimes if we are doing some heavy work, we are running, or sometimes when there is electricity failure, what happens? We perspire. Right? We perspire. So we can see droplets of water on our face or on our skin. So that is the water that is coming out of our skin through the small pores which are present on it, right? Which we cannot see it. So similarly, even on the surface of the leaves, there are small pores which are known as stomata. Understood? Okay. They are also known as guard cells. Water and minerals are transported to the leaves by the vessels which run like pipes through the root, stem and branches and leaves. They form a continuous passage for nutrients to reach the leaf. You will learn about the transport of materials in chapter number 11, right? So you can see that the plants and minerals are absorbed from the roots and they are sent to the different parts of the plant through a pipe-like structure which is present in the stem. Okay, understood till here? Fine. Now, the leaves have a green color pigment called chlorophyll. Everybody knows that leaves are green in color. Leaves are green in color because it has got a green color pigment called the chlorophyll. It helps to capture the energy of sunlight and energy is used to prepare the food and carbon dioxide and water. Since the synthesis of food occurs in presence of sunlight, it is called photosynthesis. Why this photosynthesis process is taking place only in the leaves? Why it is not taking place in different other parts of the plant? Because this photosynthesis can occur only in the presence of a green color pigment called chlorophyll, and chlorophyll is present only in the leaf. So leaf prepares the food, and as this food is prepared in the presence of sunlight, right, as it is prepared in the presence of sunlight, it is called photosynthesis. This process is called photosynthesis. Photo means light, and so this process is called photosynthesis. Photo means light and synthesis means to combine. So we find that chlorophyll, sunlight, carbon dioxide and water are necessary to carry out this process. It is a unique process, and the solar energy is captured by the leaves and stored in the plant in the form of food. Thus, sun is the ultimate source of energy for all the living organisms. We can say that plants prepare their own food, so they are autotrophic, but plants also can prepare their own food only with the help of sunlight. So, only during the daytime the plants are able to prepare their food. Without sunlight they are not able to make their own food. So from this we can say that the ultimate source of energy is the sun. Okay, so in today's lecture we studied about the nutrients and how the plants can prepare their own food. It is with the help of photosynthesis, and air, water, sunlight, carbon dioxide, chlorophyll, all these are necessary for photosynthesis, and sunlight is the main source of energy. Okay, so in the next section we will continue further. Till then, just revise and do the reading work of whatever has been taught in today's lecture. Okay, thank you.